here with Love and Lyrics. Thank you, Jerrod, for taking the time to let us interview you today. You've come on the scene with a big bang. You've had 3 hits so far with Lover, Lover, What Do You Want From Me, and One More Drinking Song. But you've been in the business since 2001 with 2 independent releases and mainly as a writer, having written cuts for Jamie Johnson, Neil McCoy, Don Anderson, and other artists. Which do you prefer, writing or performing?
You know, although they do fall under the same umbrella of being a musician or just an entertainer, you know, they really are such separate entities for me. I mean, I love writing songs and being able to sing them myself, but I also being able to love to write a song and collaborate, you know, with another artist or a songwriter. Like, you know, I write it with Jamie or Garth, you know, and it's fun to sit down and try to come up with something that hopefully means a lot to me.
Right. And along with Lee Brice, you've become known as one of country's bad boys. Is that really who you are, or are you just a good boy who hasn't been caught yet? And how bad is Jerrod Niemann?
Boy, did this interview get kinky. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, hey, I'm an outlaw and all this stuff. Nothing like that. I just know that when the camera gets on people, they're a lot of times different because there's a lot of PC, you know, in our industry, and that's just being respectful. But for me, I just figure that everybody should get the same person all the time, whether it's on a camera or off the camera, and no one's perfect. And sometimes when I get around my friends, we get a little wild, but you know, we don't mean to disrespect anybody, but we also like to keep it rural. You know what I'm saying?
So your music has an original style, one that country is really embracing. How did you develop your style, and who are your influences?
Well, great question. You know, I think you know, a style for somebody probably is ever changing. It's always evolving, at least it is for me, and that's just because I like to challenge myself as a musician and an artist and try to be better. And I think that, you know, doing the first album, I just was in a bad spot personally. I just kind of had nowhere to go and turned to making the album as my, you know, my saving grace, and that's what happened. And so that was just sort of fun, just kind of trial and error in the studio and sort of taking snapshots of the years that we played in the bar bands and the honky-tonk stuff, cleared to, you know, just trying to color outside the lines a bit. And that's kind of the direction that we took on this next record, you know. It seems, you know, that the people that are kind enough to listen to our music are reacting to stuff that's different and unique. And so anybody that, you know, anytime you even turn on the radio, you're getting influenced whether you realize it or not. Your ears are always on.
So what embarrassing closet songs would we find if we were to take a pick at your iPod right now?
Well, other than Lee Brice, that you mentioned earlier. No, I love how the camera gets closer when the suspense gets like I'm getting interrogated. Yeah, you know, I really like everything on my iPod. I don't really have anybody embarrassing. I mean,
nothing that we wouldn't think that you'd have.
You know, I like to be turned on to crazy bands. Everybody should go check out Mickey Avalon if you haven't checked him out. And if you don't mind really dirty language, then that'd be a good one. But I don't know, I just like to, I'm proud of everything in my iPod.
No Cher.
No, but you know, if I had some Cher, I'd be like, go Cher, but I don't.
There you go. So what was the first concert you ever saw, and what did that have in your influences as how you went in your music?
Well, the first concert may have been Eddie Rabbit back in Kansas. And you know, you just realize real quick that, you know, you just get to see how music affects people from just what you're feeling inside, just in people around you, and how exciting it is. And that's just, you know, it was very captivated by just being a fan and also wanting to be able to play music myself.
So do we even want to know how you came up with your Twitter name, Jerrod from Oz?
Well, as you can tell, I'm a marketing genius. So the Twitter just basically, I didn't have a record deal and I needed one, and my name's really difficult to spell anyway, so I figured I might as well just simplify it but make it more difficult. So Jerrod is just sort of what anybody named Jerrod seems to be called. It's kind of like a nickname, sort of like Richard and Dick.
Okay.
But this is Jerrod and Jerrod. And so being from Kansas, from Oz, Jerrod from Oz.
There you go. So you have a new single out right now, Shining on Me. Something's definitely been shining on you because it's doing really well and getting great reviews. Can you tell us a little bit about the song?
Yeah, I wrote it with Lee Bryce and actually two other guys, Rob Hatch and Lance Miller, who are all dear friends of mine. And we were actually on the road when the first album, Judge, Jury, and the Hung Jury, the week it came out, we were doing some release dates. And in the midst of that, we were in Austin, Texas, Lake Travis, playing Aquapalooza with Brad Paisley.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, I guess hanging out with 100,000 drunk Texans floating on the water there in Austin, we just opened all the windows in the bus and just there's this beautiful breeze and just grabbed the guitar and just thought, sometimes when everything in life isn't working out the way you want it to work out, it's okay just to hit pause and enjoy the moment with the people around you.
Well, thank you again for taking the time to interview with us at Love and Lyrics. And can you let your friends know that are watching this where they can find you? You're on Twitter, Jerrod from Oz.
That's right. Please follow me.
Facebook.
Don't follow me on there, though.
No. Your website, JerrodNiemannOfficial.com. And your music's on iTunes. And your album is available on iTunes or music outlets. And it's called Judge, Jerrod, and the Hung Jury.
That's right.
Thank you, Jerrod.
Well, thank you for your time. And you ladies can take your choice of these beats today.
All right.
The sun